I would always take the good out of my experiences, and when I had my family, I would try to instill those goods.
I never wanted him to be a junior. His name is Andre as well. He's not technically a junior because his middle name is different. But I had a dream like a few weeks before he was born, and I literally saw, I thought it was going to be a mini-me. And his name was going to be Giovanni. And we decided kind of last minute that we were going to name him Andre just because of that. And then once I saw him, I was just like, wow. Like, he literally had the same cowlick as me where my hair is at. His is on the actual, it's on the other side, so he's like he's a legit spitting image. And from then on, I fell in love right away. It gave me purpose. So now that we're able to experience this together, I'm able to live vicariously through him. Him going to his first concerts, just experiencing those first times all over again, you know?
We don't have a book when we have kids, but we do have a blueprint that we have in our experiences. So what I did was I took the blueprint, which is the things that I did when I was younger, and instilled all the good into my kids. And I'm hoping by doing that it made a difference, because you know, some of the things you can attest to some of the trips we went on, when me and you and Natalie and Mom when we the trips we tried to instill in you guys good positive experience.
Yeah, I would say you hear these stories sometimes, like even you said even your dad wasn't really present in your life, but he make sure he's doing basketball, baseball, family trips, and I'm just always there for me. You know, I had questions about anything or need to talk to or anything. I would say you maybe not give advice all the time, but the time you do give advice is when I need it. You know what I mean? So just knowing that I'm able to come to you for anything, and just having that support system is just comforting for me.
A very important aspect of our relationship now is communication, because he's 10 years old now, so I'm able to get a little bit deeper with him, which is very important. So with Black History Month, he came to me the other day, and he was like, hey, I learned something about Martin Luther King, and they were doing this, and they were doing that. Black people couldn't drink at this water fountain, and white people had to drink over here. So now I'm able to get a little bit deeper with him about what really went on. So he knows how far we've come and how far we have to go still. With communication, it allows him to be able to open up to me, because that's very important for him to be able to communicate. And I always want him to be able to come to me about any and everything.
When I was growing up, I would always say, I know what I don't want out of life in some of the experiences that I've had.
Right.
We grew up in a tough neighborhood.
Flint time.
And then when I see or thought I saw something that I wanted to instill in my life or my kids' life, I would hold on to it and give it to them. I'm not a person that likes to needle. I don't needle. I don't tell you what you should be doing or what you shouldn't be doing. If I see you veering off in the wrong direction, I'll tap you on the shoulder and may say, you might want to think about that.
I want us to have a real tight friendship. You know what I mean? If he's my best friend now, when he is older, he has kids, I just don't want us to be like this. So what's something that we did this summer that was your first time doing?
Going to a concert. It was fun.
You got to experience that for the first time. I had some buddies that were performing, and he went to his first concert, and he had a ball. And that experience was just great, because I remember my first concert. So came down here and we had a good old time. With my mom, she was very careful with her time and wanted to spend her time with me, and that's the most important. I think as kids, love is spelled time, T-I-M-E. Ultimately, they don't care about money, they don't care about none of that. It's if you're there, and that's the most important thing that another person can give to a child, honestly, because the material things that comes and goes, they don't really understand it. That's one thing that I remember. We just created so many memories together that I carry with me now. And I feel like a lot of that has been the foundation of me.
I could just speak for like even getting into photography or videography. You know, I didn't go to school for it. I was going to school for business management, but I would say you and mom were always just supportive and just everything I wanted to do. You don't get that a lot from parents, you know. If it's not what, you know, I'm sure you probably growing up and think, you know, my son's going to be a photographer, but you didn't mind what I was going to be. You know what I mean? It was just as long as, like you said, if you trust in yourself, that you gave me the right values and you know how to treat people right, that I feel like just from what I get from you and the energy that, you know, everything is okay and that whatever I'm doing, you know, that is going to, you know, something good and, you know, organic and genuine.
Done a good job, and I think, well, I hope that I've given you the direction that you want to, you know, go into and the tools that you need. I've always had. You know, sometimes people need to figure out what they want to do in life. Some do it earlier, some do it later on in life. But you pretty much know it when you know it.
Right. I will say, I think passed down is your business sense for me. I think I get the creative side more from like mom and granddad, but like when it comes to like the business and, you know, just taking care of business and making sure, you know, everything is right on that aspect. I think that's more from you, because I know, I remember when you were in college, weren't you like selling watches for all the different fraternities and everything? And you was always doing big, like you majored in business management. So, you know, I think that part of just, you know, the creative things that I do, that business side comes from you.
I make sure that I spend time with him and I create memories with him, because this period in his life is the most pivotal, is the most important, because we carry all this into adulthood. If you think about it, when we're adults, we always reflect to our memories as kids. You know what I mean? We're often dealing with things and traumas from our childhood. So I try to do my best to be there for him and make sure he has a great childhood, and hopefully I get it right. Like I'm not perfect, definitely not perfect, and we only get one shot at this.
And as we grew up, the love that we show each other, I see that you and Natalie grew out of the little, you know, she won't let me play with, give me the pencil when I asked her, she won't do this or this when I asked her. Now you guys have grown up, and you guys now are like, you're not going to let anybody else mess with the other one. And you want to stand behind your sister, and she's going to stand behind her brother. And that I see, and that it feels like, okay, I've done my job as far as instilling the family value. Another thing, I don't know if you guys realize, is sometimes it's sort of like I'll throw something out there, and I might really disagree with it, or I might not disagree with it, but I want to see how you guys are going to handle it on a discussion level. It's like,
you just start
we can have this conversation on somebody like, boy,
my God.
we can have this conversation. I might not really believe everything I say, but I believe 95% of it. And then I want to hear I want to hear you or Natalie convince me that I should think this way or the other. No one person should be set in their ways such that they can't change their mind. If you can prove to me that I should be looking at this guy on a different level, I'm man enough to say, you got a point there.
I'm just so happy having you, Dad. That's all.
I'm happy to have you guys.
I think just a good trait to have with anything. That's how you grow, and that's how you create relationships. That's how you're able to just, you know, you take every situation differently.
Basically, I'm hoping that if you ever have kids, you have your blueprint to pass along to your kids.
You gave me the blueprint, so I'm good.
I got the blueprint. All right, then.
Yeah, I'm good.